Hello, hello. Welcome back to DevCast Ups. Today you have Barnaby, James, and myself. And we're going to keep it simple and short, where we're just hardening or not hardening images.
There's no hardening here.
I know.
So eager to be security conscious. It's admirable.
I know.
Hardening comes later.
Anyways, yes. What are we working on today? Who wants to lead the way?
I guess both charging it.
Hey, hands up.
It's been a very slow stream.
Get the little talking sticks out. We're picking up from last week to an extent. We were building the control plane image for Vault and Consul and linking all the services together. And we just need to update one line of the service file so it's file exists, not empty. Path exists. And then once that works, we will start building out a Nomad image.
One of these days, I'm going to trust an AI, and it's actually going to not break my entire system.
You need the testing loops.
I think the autocomplete in VS Code isn't actually that great. I think the CLI tools that you ask them to build something seems a bit better. At least they'll go and research things, not just extending a little bit more from what I'm saying. So this is the other game. Condition file exists is not a thing. I think I also made an assumption. File not exists is a thing. I would assume file exists is the opposite. It's not. So I actually found the docs for systemd, which I always struggle to find, and now I actually know that they exist in a thing. I may actually read through these docs and see what other options there are. Having a quick look, there is path exists. This one, condition path exists, which I think is what we want. Check existence of a file, must be absolute value, yada, yada, yada. I think this is what we want. There's also, does it have information? So we could maybe do something smart with this if we want to, that each service adds their own thing into this, but meh. We just want exists. So I now need to find everywhere that we have file exists. And I will actually do a find and replace for this, because there should be 3 locations.
Yes, I'm trying to think. But I think we put it in all of the triggers.
And then should we actually do this more sensibly? Let's see if I can actually start Vault with this change before we wait 20 minutes and it doesn't work.
I'd love to sit in the chat and wait for packages to chat.
I mean, this was originally just going to be a chatting thing, and then we ended up building stuff, so it's kind of back to our roots.
I need to go through some release notes and catch up with the news if we need to chat about stuff.
It could just be the Packer build show. At the start of every show, we start Packer builds, we then chat for half an hour, and then call it a stream.
Or just rate my Packer build.
That would be a pretty good name for a podcast. While builds are running. That sort of we start a build of something and then just chat while it's going on.
Was it in between the builds or something like that?
Yeah. Okay, that started. Simple fix. Let's not get too waylaid before we actually start building things. So I changed Vault, Console, so 2 volts, Vault and Consul. Shall I see what the auto will give me?
I actually like AI for commit messages. I will normally just write feat fix and then very loosely what I've done. But if I've edited 20 files to get something working, I normally just have a very high level.
It's quite fun when you've done like a lot of work and tell AI to raise a PR for it, because it'll raise like 5 commits with all your work and then raise a very detailed PR. Okay, that's then pushed. I now need to go into Packer images, rerun all jobs. That's now running. That will take, as we found out, a while. Should we look at the next image we want to build?
Yeah. Start building Nomad.
Well, it's interesting because we already have. So that's the control plane. We already have Nomad client.
Do we have a Nomad server?
No, we have a Nomad client. Because the Nomad client was for our client node. We probably want to build this image and then build another image on top of it.
I guess it's been ages since I've dug through the Nomad answer. Well, it might be worth going back into it, but to see what the deviation between a client and a server is, and if you can just build a server on top of a client, or if there's something that's different.
I think the order's different, but okay, so we got here, I suppose, console first, Vault, and then we've got base, post this file being touched. Because the agent is what sets up the Vault agent.
Mm-hmm.
So we probably need to set the Vault agent up in this one. And then we just do server bootstrap client. But I think all client does is load in a config file.
Yeah.
Oh, and set plugins. So sets up plugins, loads in a config file. So at a high level, I mean, we need to change the way servers are built. So there's probably some tweaks we need to do for this. Because do we want, that's a fun question, we want the next server spinning to be both a server and a client?
Probably for now, because I don't think we have enough space. I think having it as a client to run some core functionality jobs that are Nomad related makes sense, and then spin up clients for bus or workloads.
Yeah, makes sense. So it's probably worth having it so the client image is the base, and then probably the same way we do our Postgres setup of as node pool. I suppose if servers in, okay, so it'll do this by default, which is the server address variable. But would we want that to run at build time?
I guess it depends how we want.
Localhost, if this is the image.
It depends how we want to do it, I guess, because how are we discovering the service through console DNS? If we're discovering the service through console DNS, we can just give it the nomad.server.console.
Yes, because these would have console DNS running on them. You're right.
Yeah.
So this can change.
We can bake it into the image.
Yeah, this can change to the console DNS names. That's fun.
Just
So-
so, magic away all of your server network administration problems with IP addresses by hiding it behind DNS and just calling it a day.
So I suppose the default server address then would be,
I guess it would be nomad.server.console, I guess.
I mean, worst comes to worst, we spin this all up and it doesn't work.
But how long will it take? How long will it take us to find out?
Oh, probably a long time. We're running the client on a server. I'm curious if it will use the server's block or if it will panic. Want me to find out?
Give it a go.
I suppose that. Oh, Vault address as well. Would be vault.service.console.
Oh, do you want to put the port in for Nomad or pick that up?
I don't know if you need no. That's servers. Servers, you don't. The service block, you don't need ports.
Yep.
I assume it'll default the ports. I have no idea.
I'm going to dig around and see if there's a neat way to register a Nomad server in console like there was for Vault.
No, we've already got that. I think because we've got console connected to Nomad, it already does all that. I think it's part of our server.
No, it's the console block, is it?
I thought we had a. Oh, is it? Oh, it'll be part of base probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all the TLS stuff. It's probably going to have to be disabled for now. Base, tar, templates. Yeah, console. And we just hit the local console port, and then we load in the console TLS stuff.
Nice.
So, I suppose we are a new packer image for this.
Yeah.
Thinking about what else the client needs. I think we need Vault agent because it has to register to console, so it needs the console stuff, and then we need the. Yeah, we're going to need console agent.
Yeah, it needs to be a console client.
So that's the console. Yeah, we're not doing Vault TLS anymore. We're doing console agent. We're actually just using different roles.
Yeah.
Which means these actually now have to be before. Vault is before console. Vault, console, base, install agent. After the base, that probably doesn't matter. No, because that's just setting Vault up.
I guess realistically, none of this actually really matters the order because we don't start any of the services as part of the image build.
That's true.
But it's nice having the right logical flow.
I suppose it's if we wanted to pull Vault out, like if you want, like this is the same as the other one to an extent, so you could probably pull this out into a separate image. The same with console. Like if you're doing this in a tree fashion, you would maybe have lots of images. Vault address. I suppose I've technically put that in the defaults. Because I think we kind of use the default console.
It'd be cool if this just works.
Nomad base, Nomad agent, Nomad client post Nomad. Well, it's this post Nomad is a new way. Is not the way we want to do things.
What is it? Yeah, I'm trying to remember what is in that post golden script.
I think we built stop and delete. This is the like janky way of doing what we've done better. I suppose we also need to fix what we've done better.
Yeah.
So let's look at, I suppose while we're looking at these, post Nomad needs to become this.
Yeah. Did we update the trigger file location into the service file for Nomad as a block last week?
How is this going to handle a client and a server? If we want to build the server image off the client image.
Condition.
Oh, you're thinking of having one playbook? I would probably split them and just have a server build and a.
Yeah, we have the client. Oh, we'll have just completely different YAML file. Have the server do all of this as well.
I think, yeah, have a server file that does all the client stuff and have it have a condition on the plays which is standalone own server, so you can choose whether to build it with a client or without a client.
Okay, makes sense.
Because realistically, if we were to scale this platform properly and have it or scale it to the point where we have multiple servers that are dedicated roles, you would have a dedicated server and a dedicated client. They would be separate entirely.
Okay, so I can actually just go install Nomad, and we're just going to go server. Don't bootstrap. I suppose we don't have an auto bootstrap system, so we need to do that.
Well, Vault should be up and running, we know at this point, for the rest of this to work, so we can get it to auto bootstrap itself and just store its root credentials in Vault. I was having a dig around to see if Nomad Secrets Engine can bootstrap Nomad, but it doesn't look like it can in the same way that the console Secret Engine can. So we'll have to bootstrap, store it, and then pull it for whatever we want to do fault-wise.
Should we just spin this up now and see what happens? And then think about how we bootstrap, like get a server up that we can manually bootstrap, and then
before we build it, can we just check the handlers in the roles?
Yes. I also need to change the service file to do this thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, if we get the handlers working, the service file to trigger on the trigger file.
God. Where's this in? The Nomad one is so much bigger.
It's in the unit file.
It's in the unit part. After.
Have more conditions.
Okay, so that's that, and then we just need the handlers. Okay. And Packer build is stored in the defaults? No. Not even stored for that one.
Yeah, I'm guessing we never set it up. This one. It's been ages.
No, it's in the handler. Sorry, it's in the handler for agent, but it's not in the vars.
Doesn't need to be in the bars.
Default.
But yeah.
That's what we want. And then handler when not packet builds. And then, so that's base. Agent doesn't have. Why is. Oh, that restarts the agent.
That one I don't think actually matters because it's not quoruming. So it equally doesn't hurt to have it.
Oh, yeah, I think.
I guess with our Vault using Postgres as a backend now, that might also. I'm intrigued to know if that creates IDs for the nodes. I imagine it still probably does because they still select a leader amongst themselves.
Yeah, I assume the leader conflation is still going to be an issue. Agent base, Bootstrap don't care about, client, handlers.
That'd be a devilish interview question if you ask someone, like, hey, I've got a golden image pipeline building servers that quorum, and they're not, none of them are only ones showing up when I spin up 5 nodes.
Oh. I think you kind of need to talk. You need to, if it was actually someone that was doing a Vault job, I think being like, hey, I've got a golden image to create my Vault cluster, but when everything spins up, only one node's showing up. Probably isn't a bad Vault, like in the weeds of Vault question.
I think you get some interesting like debugging steps out of it, and you'd see some interesting thought processes. But I would be I don't think your hit rate of successfully identifying what it is that caused it would be that.
The other thing to do is to actually just set it up and go to someone. Here's like our server. You can SSH into all the Vault nodes. Why is only one showing up?
I feel like at that point, if I'm an interviewee, it's like, you need to pay me before I start fixing your live systems.
Maybe make it clear that it's not a live system.
How do they know? Your security could be real janky.
That's fair. Free debugging. It's been months and we still don't know why quorum's not quoruming. I should really get one of you two to be babysitting this, but
do you want to watch some of your builds or in the background?
Well, that's the build ran, so it's just plain Terraform. I need to create the image. Do I need to create any buckets or anything? No, Packer just does that, doesn't it?
Nah, we're good. Yeah, it's been off automatically.
I should probably make this the same as Nomad client. Why does it have a Vault token?
Is it fetching secrets from Vault?
You know what? Maybe the Bootstrap or something. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to copy the control plane one, not the Nomad client one. Requirements, console, Nomad, Vault. Cool. Should we try?
Yeah, let's run it.
And that's Nomad and backup just I just messed with. Both on main. Oh, do I need to do anything to make the... No, the pipeline just only runs the ones that have changed?
I think so. As we were discussing last week, it's a public repo, so it can build as many images as it likes. I guess when we were running the other ones, we weren't getting rebuilds of them.
Oh, I have a different IP, don't we?
It's been a while since I've been doing like proper pipeline work and linking them all together.
Is that Vault? No, 8500.
8200.
8200
as well.
Cool. Well, that's running. So while that's running, we can debug the other one.
It's just balancing a load of
Spinning plates. That's what we do. Loaded dead. Oh, I even said this on our chat. Do you know the one thing we never do?
A daemon reload.
We never enable the services. So I suppose enabling a service tells the box on restart, start this service. So you can start and you can start, you can enable, and you can start and enable. If you never enable your service in Ansible, it doesn't matter what conditions you have, it'll never start. So that's an easy fix, but also we can test all this stuff before. Oh yeah, I can test this all works before we do that.
What's the order that starts? Is it Vault, Voltage, and Consul?
Doesn't matter, they all depend on it. We have full dependencies now. But yes, it should be Vault, Voltage, and Consul. But we also don't know if, because we're making Vault register to Consul, if Vault's going to fail if Consul's not up.
I think we didn't. I feel like we tested that one.
Oh yeah, maybe. Vault's fine. Console isn't.
I wonder if the...
They're going, this is complaining about CA issues.
Something weird going on our service now since we've done the DNS. Whenever I sudo to root, it says it's unable to resolve host main server. Name of service unknown.
Yeah, because we're not using, I don't think we're using the Google internal DNS anymore. Okay, console isn't happy.
Oh yeah, I think the certs haven't rendered those things.
Yeah, if you look at the errors for Vault Agent, it's complaining about TTLs.
Oh, does our root CA near expiry? Yep. Is our rotate root scripts then cron?
Probably, but Vault's not been up, so
Should we just
we may have to manually.
Let's So I said, do you remember
mainly, yeah, probably, yeah, maybe need a way of auto rotating it. Also, I can't connect to Vault. This is what happens if you have a server that's been down for a week. Things get a bit janky. Yeah, this is Vault's up.
I think it's just that root CA hasn't been rotated. Why don't you just do a Vault status? Every time.
What's up? I suppose. Do we not use HTTPS? Is that the issue? Okay, so assuming Vault's up. Well, which one are we doing?
Weekly, maybe?
Daily? Oh, I'm CD.
We don't really.
I don't think E2 Scrabble is us. I don't think ManDB is us. These don't look like ours. If this doesn't look like we're loading our things in.
We haven't set up our rotate script. Is it in the Packer build?
Was it in Vault?
We have the scripts in Vault, I think. CA management. Config the rotate.sh, that's definitely not there.
I have no idea if any of this would work.
I think no. Oh, we maybe have GCP auth. I don't think we have HTTPS. That the address will definitely not work.
Then it's delete.
Cool.
That deleted, and then we write And then we need to
I think we should probably up our CA to live for a month or maybe 3. I think when we spun this back up, we created one manually that had a month.
well, this is 8. Yeah, this is 8 days. It's like a week. I think that was going that we stream every week. So if it breaks, we'll catch it.
I liked our ambition for having a CA that disappears every
And it does.
every week.
It does mean though if we fail, then our CA expires before we log back in.
I would like to get something up and running where we have proper trust bundle deliveries and stuff like that, when we have our true base image and stuff like that.
Someday. Okay. Console is, I'm going to say up. Though from external, I don't seem to be able to connect to them. I suppose things we need to do then. We found problems, let's fix them. So we need to make sure we load in this cert management thing. And let's actually do some templating. I've already forgotten how to template.
Because AI does
Just
it. for
double
you.
quotes, not double quotes, double brackets.
Full address, and then DTL defaults or defaults?
Defaults folder. Yeah. There should be local host. You'll need
Yes.
the schema.
Yeah, because this will run on. And then TTL. I don't think it was TTL hours.
I think, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, actually, it wants it in hours, so yeah.
24 times 32. Get it to monthly.
Is that correct, Ansible?
Yeah, I think so. It's Python under the hood, right?
Yeah. Yes, you don't have to. Yeah, we're not. This isn't templating. This is normal. And then I don't need to do anything else for templating. That works. The next thing I need to do is when I load in the Vault file. Enable Vault, yeah, that looks right. Enable server, that's true. And then so that's Vault. I need to do this on the agent.
Got a fun error in our console service.
Oh.
Because the server's been off for more than a week, it's not allowing it to rejoin the quorum.
Oh, yes.
I've had that before. But not for console.
Nomad server ran successfully. I'm curious if it will. I'm going to say spin up. I think we rely on it. We rely on consoles for it to spin up. So we'll see.
Yeah.
console base.
So tell me how long this has been offline. It looks like we can configure the server retry age max, which might be worthwhile for us while we're running it in a bit of a scattergun approach.
Yeah.
Although if console's down for a week, once this is up and running, that's probably...
It's a problem.
Yeah.
Well, fingers crossed, this is all it needs. So I'm going to change to Nomad, Console, and Vault.
Do you want me to try and manually poke console back into life in a way that doesn't wipe the data? Otherwise, we'll have to rebootstrap it.
Yes, if you can. I assume it's just running commands and hopefully something happens.
I'm going to try and update the server retry join age max to be 3 months and restart the service and see if it's unhappy.
Cool. It's weird that I still can't connect to Vault. I assume that's a me issue over.
Is it Cloudflare that it goes through? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think we maybe set up so you have to still use Cloudflare for it, which I don't think I've enabled, but it's fine. And definitely for now, what logs are saying is good enough. Okay, I'm curious if this rerun's going to pick up the other builds. Yeah, I actually have no idea what this is going to run. Because there's now 2 images that are different. What does this Packer image thing even run? Oh, okay, so there's nothing here that tells it what to run. That's running control plane. The last one did run... No, that ran control plane as well. This is just running control plane.
Oh, you just got it to only build control plane.
You don't know? We're just running Packer builds. Color false, error cleanup, debug var, and then dot. It should build everything. I don't know enough how. I don't think it's building. I don't think it's actually building Nomad server.
I guess what's our GitHub, whatever it's called.
The actions file. It's just running on dot. So it should just be running all local.
Build all of them.
I actually don't know how this, because looking at it, it's like, oh, you can have multiple sources for parallel.
I think I fixed console. It looks happy. My agents pulled tokens by the looks of things.
Nice. So this is running the control plane. We now need to see how to build. I don't know why it's not building the Nomad stuff. Yeah, it looks like it should just pick up all the builds.
Do we have the sources set up for all of them?
It's all just using the same source. Using the same compute source, we're just overriding the name.
I wonder if it's worth us trying a local packer build dot to see if it tries to build them all and then errors out, or if it's something if it's something we're doing in GitLab, or if it's just error the config.
Sure, we'll have to install Packer.
Install Packer.
So I can just go. I'm sure I'll regret installing it from the CLI tool, but
Curious what version we've got.
one.
You can update by downloading Packer.io. Is that still a thing?
Yes. Yeah, they've kept all their old domains and stuff.
I'm curious if it just redirects you to releases.
Oh, no, you say you should the Packer docs. I'm going to do Packer build dot 8 hours, so I'm going to upgrade my Packer version.
Interesting. For Mac, they still recommend using the brew install as their preferred one.
And brew tend us to be up to date. I
Brew's
said
not today.
brew's not usually up to date.
No, but I don't think. I think it's further along than version 1.
That also wasn't by HashiCorp. That was some other random person, because that was Snap. I installed it, not Azure Apt would probably be better, but Packer 1.15.3. Dot 15.3. It's where I this is the only things that I unzip and curl, so I can literally just search for my curls and my unzips, and it gives me the command. It gives me the syntax of the command. Then I just replace the tools I want. Okay, 115.3. Packer. So I have a lot more commands now. Validate. Oh, Packer. Okay.
Curious if they have like the. I can't see the release.
Why do we need a Vault token for Packer?
One of them wanted it, I think.
Yeah, it was Nomad client was like, give me tokens. There's like variables.
Do you want to delete that or comment it out for now? Just or comment out the entire block.
I mean, judging by what we had to do for the control plane, this isn't going to work in itself, but. Valid build dot oh, okay. It's because we've set the HTTP stuff up. And this is now set separately, differently, but that's fine. I just want to see what you're going to build. Okay, there we go. So I can go Packer inspect, and it tells me kind of what it's going to build. And it just sees one build, even though it should see 3.
That's odd.
Yeah. I think we may actually just be slightly misunderstanding the way that Packer works.
Very possibly. Was it just picking up a control plane?
Yes, it's picking up the first one.
Yeah. I wonder if you could just quickly commented out all of the content in that file, whether it would pick up GCP.
So I can go to inspect. I can be like Nomad server. Oh. In fact, I named the file wrong. Oh, look, if you name the file the correct name, it works.
That's an easy fix.
God, this is barely running. Oh, okay. Packages.
I got curious and was wondering when the version 1.01 or whatever it was that you were pulling through Snap was released, and it was 2017 that Snap install was set up. So nearly
Wow.
a decade ago.
Damn,
Oh, God.
27. Should you even be using Snap?
Snap is more community driven, which is, it's less rigorous than apt, which is why I think Ubuntu is kind of trying to persuade people that like users should start kind of using Snap, but corporations should definitely be sticking with apt. Or you can use Pacman, I think is the new one that people are talking about. I say new, I don't think any of this stuff's new. But,
It's just trendy, you mean?
wow.
And,
Okay, that's started. Did the one before finish? Oh, it did. Okay. So that should mean I can rerun the image, and Vault, Console, everything should just miraculously start. Oh, I've made my camera too bright. Someday I need to either invest in a new light or get my light I've got set up. This is more than I was expecting.
Have 2 HCP blocks.
Okay, yeah. So what's happened is we've got this is now meant to be a high level one, and it seems like in a repo they only want you to have one build block. HTTP packer no build, only one build block can be defined. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to matrix these builds.
I love a good matrix. It's been a while since I've set one up, but I don't think a minute is enough time to matrix.
Oh, I didn't realize how close we were to the end of the stream.
we're not that close. You got time.
I'm not going to have time to matrix. I'll leave that to the next stream. But definitely have enough time to apply and see what happens.
And you'll wipe away my janky fix to get console working, which shouldn't be needed again.
Well, it's good to know that it can be fixed by just editing the server config, restarting the server, and then worrying about it later.
I love it. Tells you the in the error message the parameter that you need to specify to fix it, but it also then tells you should just wipe your data there. And I'm like, actually, yeah, I think I prefer to.
Yeah, that's a weird options.
I think I know why it's there. If you had a node that there was like you had the full quorum and that was up and running, and a node got network isolated from it for over a week, and then it came back, it goes, it's too much effort to rebuild it, wipe it, and it can rebuild its data from the quorum.
Or if you've built your own, if you're like us and only have one service or one node, and you self-spin up and down services, so services flag to register and then flag when they've left, you may have a lot of services that console knows about that aren't a thing anymore. So at that point, it may also be easier to delete the data and start again instead of manually cleaning up all your services. Yeah, split brain is a problem.
I don't think I've ever had to fix it in production yet.
Same with a client that was very worried about it.
I think rightly you should be worried about it because reconciling it is a lot of manual work.
Yes. Okay. Here's Vault. Yes.
Okay.
Finding any errors? Yes. Console. Console's up. Server's synced. Nice. The one thing we haven't done that we're talking about is the cert, the CA management block. That still isn't in the thing. So we may want to make a note and do that next time before we look at the other stuff.
I'll make a note of that now.
And then fixing our packet builds. It kind of annoys me that you can't do multiple build blocks for HCP. Seems
that is irritating.
weird, but we can build our pipeline to get around that.
We can make it smart. We can make it pick up the files that have changed and run them in individual builds and get it so it only triggers that build when it detects a change in the relevant file.
Which may be why they're forcing this, because if you're only updating one file, you probably don't want to be updating all of them. You probably want to be running all of them. I suppose they got the chaining stuff as well. So when this builds and publishes an image to the registry, you could have it flag another pipeline to run. So,
or we could be smart and we could make in our matrix we could set dependency graphs in it. So if we set it up so we have like console client, if that rebuilds, it then triggers the builds for the next ones.
Yeah, just getting rid of all the reasons why you'd use HTTP Packer.
It's fun to set up. I can't remember what I was doing where I had to set up. I think it was with you when we were on a client that I had to set up that crazy matrix.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We were saying on console Nomad. It's fun. You can do some crazy things with CI/CD, and we will next week.
All right then.
Good plug.
That's a good segment. To our sponsor, which is nah. Anyways, this has been nice. If you've enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and follow. And don't forget to hit the bell button as well. Until next week. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.